Among the Mongolians, there's been a weird story going around. Legend has it that whoever can find death as a worm can locate the tomb of Genghis Khan. Inside the mausoleum, there are treasures collected during the Seder and the ancestral home of Chio, the head of the Chuanjian sect, along with the Ascension Immortal technique written for him and the longevity elixir. Even he is invincible, using the art of war to sweep the world, also known as the art of war by later generations. Hello everyone, I am the Universal Ceremony. Today we will talk about an unidentified mysterious creature, UMA dead milkworm. In Mongolian legends, there is a mysterious bug that often hides in the depths of the desert, quietly waiting for its prey. He will protrude venom and release current. Those who saw him were either dead or disabled. However, the person who saw him proved that they had entered the mausoleum of Genghis Khan. The tomb is said to be protected by a group of mysterious creatures known as the bloodworm, or snow bug for short. This legend has been passed down among the Mongolians for generations. The name Death Like a Worm was noted by American explorer Roy Chapman Andrews in 1926 in his book Following in the Footsteps of the Ancients, which brought the mysterious creature to the attention of the outside world for the first time. He writes in the book that although people today rarely see the death like a worm in Mongolia, the locals are very adamant about its presence. Many witnesses have provided descriptions of its appearance and habits, and their accounts are strikingly similar. This fascination with the mysterious creature stems from the excitement of the Second Industrial Revolution, which sparked a global exploration craze. Roy Chapman Andrews, an explorer and curator at the American Museum of Natural History in the early 20th century, played a significant role in bringing attention to these legends. They formed their own expedition team and launched an extensive search of the Gobi Desert. As a result, they discovered the world's first nest of fossilized dinosaur eggs, surrounded by many roundhorn skeletons. Currently, these eggs have been identified as roundhorn dragon eggs. During their time in the desert, numerous dinosaur fossils were found, which are now housed in the American Museum of Natural History's Dinosaur Exhibition Hall. While excavating these fossils, the team interacted with local Mongolians and accidentally uncovered clues to Genghis Khan's tomb, which included warnings about a dangerous creature known as the snow bug. Locals emphasized its peril and advised caution during their searches for dinosaur fossils. Never go near them. They usually arrive at 6 and the larger ones look like a bloody intestine, no head, no feet, and poisonous all over. Anyone who touches them will die instantly, and even being more than 10 meters away can be fatal due to the lightning they unleash. Initially, Andrew dismissed these folk rumors, but everything changed one day in the desert. He discovered a significant piece of Mongolian cultural history and celebrated that night with a grand banquet. During the celebration, he learned more about the snowworm, which heightened his curiosity and concern about the mysterious creature. Say the old man told him that although this bug is particularly dangerous, as long as you find the snowworm and follow it, you can locate the tomb of Genghis Khan and the greatest treasure of ancient times. The snowworms are the guardians of Genghis Khan, mysterious creatures of the mausoleum, and their habitat is near the tomb. When Andrew discovered this clue, he later searched for Mongolian treasures while looking for dinosaur fossils. It is said that before he returned to China, he found the legendary snowworm and successfully located the mausoleum of Genghis Khan, acquiring a large number of Mongolian treasures in the process. However, as he prepared to return home with the treasure, he was accidentally detained by Zhang Zuolin after some negotiation. Zhang Zuolin confiscated all the items, allowing only Andrews to bring a dinosaur fossil back to America. He was forbidden from ever entering Chinese territory again. Back in America, Andrews published his book in anger, titled Following in the Footsteps of the Ancients, where he officially named the snowworm the death worm. In this book, he described a giant insect known by the locals as death like a worm living in the deepest depths of the desert and the driest regions. It had a very strange shape and could spray highly corrosive poison, emitting an incredible amount of electricity. This creature could cause instant death to people or animals within 15 meters. Then, slowly devouring its prey, the insect measures about 50 centimeters to 150 centimeters in length and has a thickness similar to that of a human arm. Its entire body is reddish-brown with black spots. Usually lurking in the desert, the snowworm emerges during the rainy season in June and July. Due to its resemblance to a snake, it is locally known as long worms or snow worms, instilling fear in the local residents. However, finding this mysterious snowworm is believed to lead to the tomb of Genghis Khan, where countless Mongolian treasures lie hidden. From this record of the snowworm, it became a coveted secret among Western explorers, reminiscent of the plot of One Piece, where Roger announced his adventures to the world. His ultimate security lies in the Great Voyage, urging pirates to seek it out, much like Andrews. In his book, he declares that the ultimate treasure of Mongolia is hidden in that desert, inviting explorers to go and find it. As Andrews' book hit the shelves, it sparked a wave of interest similar to the plot of One Piece, leading hundreds of explorers to embark on quests in the Gobi Desert. Even today, many adventurers are still searching for this mysterious bug, with some seeking the treasure of Genghis Khan, while others are simply curious to discover if there are any unknown species in this world. In this community of explorers, there's a figure named Pat, who embodies the spirit of discovery and adventure. He was exploring the desert in search of death worms and gained the trust of the locals through wrestling. A local nomad named Prue told him about a bizarre sighting. One of the local guides was driving with them when they spotted something on the side of the road that looked metal and kind of sausage-like. Curious, they pulled over to see what it was. The guide started warning them urgently, saying, "No, no, don't touch it. That's a very dangerous animal. Stay away, it's a death worm." However, the guides either didn't understand his language well or chose to ignore him. Despite the warnings, they pulled out some gasoline and poured it on the creature, leading to an unexpected explosion. Although the story is incredible, it highlights the local beliefs surrounding the mysterious death worm and the dangers that explorers might encounter in the Gobi Desert. But there is still a lack of substantive evidence. He reached out to another individual named Nomads of Tsimurg, who also claims to have seen the death worm. She recounted being inside her yurt when a neighboring family rushed out, warning her about a dangerous death worm outside. Intrigued yet cautious, she ventured out but kept her distance, observing the creature from afar. She described it as being about that big, with a burnt reddish-brown color, where the head and tail looked identical. It appeared to be one solid piece, without any visible legs or arms, reinforcing the mysterious nature of the death worm that continues to fascinate and terrify locals and explorers alike. Could the death worm be a type of snake or a giant worm? To investigate, he pulled out biological maps for Tsimeg to identify. However, Tsimeg clarified that the creature he saw looked distinctly like a worm, not resembling anything else in the pictures. Determined to find the true death worm, he employed thermal imaging in the drier parts of the desert. After 3 days of testing, he only encountered a few venomous snakes and insects. Concluding that the death worm might just be a creature of legend, rather than a tangible reality. The absence of any response to the explosions indicated that the death worm might not exist at all. They reasoned that if such a peculiar creature were truly buried beneath the desert, it should have reacted to the disturbances. Despite the efforts of various explorers who used gunpowder to try and provoke a reaction, no evidence of the creature emerged. The explorers pondered how it was possible for such a bizarre life form to go undetected, and they began to wonder if the death worm was merely a figment of local folklore rather than a real entity. Some speculated that the stories surrounding the death worm had taken on a life of their own, fueled by the allure of mystery and adventure in the harsh and unyielding landscape of the desert. Could indeed be misidentified creatures, such as snakes or large earthworms. The descriptions provided by locals might have been exaggerated over time, contributing to the legend of the death worm. Given the harsh and mysterious environment of the desert, it's plausible that sightings of unfamiliar animals sparked these tales. As technology fails to uncover any evidence, many researchers suggest that the death worm is more a product of folklore than a biological reality. The ongoing fascination with it, however, continues to draw explorers to the Gobi Desert, fueling the ultimate quest for discovery and the unknown. Could indeed be misidentified creatures, such as snakes or large earthworms. The descriptions provided by locals might have been exaggerated over time, contributing to the legend of the death worm. Given the harsh and mysterious environment of the desert, it's plausible that sightings of unfamiliar animals sparked these tales. As technology fails to uncover any evidence, many researchers suggest that the death worm is more a product of folklore than a biological reality. The ongoing fascination with it, however, continues to draw explorers to the Gobi Desert, fueling the ultimate quest for discovery and the unknown. Might lead to associations between snakes and death, especially if their appearance resembles that of the death worm. The idea of a creature that can both discharge electricity and release venom combines features from various animals, but these traits don't align with any known desert-dwelling species. This reinforces the notion that the death worm is likely a myth, as real-world biology rarely supports such fantastical claims. Explorers and researchers continue to investigate, but the lack of concrete evidence suggests that this legendary creature may be an amalgamation of fear, folklore, and misinterpretation of existing wildlife. Because of its elongated, smooth body and lack of limbs. The monarch lizard, which thrives in the desert environment, exhibits some similar characteristics to the death worm described in legends, such as resting in deep sand and being active during the hotter months. However, while it may share physical traits, locals have distinguished it from the mythical death worm, suggesting that many supposed sightings might actually be misidentifications of this or other reptiles. This illustrates how folklore can arise from misunderstandings of real creatures, fueling the mystery around the legendary death worm while grounding it in reality. The exploration of the desert's mysteries suggests that the legend of the death worm might stem from sightings of real creatures, such as the two- and three-tailed killing shovel, or snow bug. This creature closely resembles the mythical death worm in appearance and behavior, further blurring the line between fact and folklore. Ultimately, these legends could represent a mix of various organisms, reflecting humanity's fascination with the unknown and the way myths evolve from real encounters in nature. This rich tapestry of lore continues to intrigue both explorers and enthusiasts alike. I personally still don't believe that this creature is real. But there is no doubt that Genghis Khan's treasure must be hidden beneath this desert. Okay, I'm playing Ball Ritual, a travel and exploration channel. Interested friends remember to locate. See you next time.